Hi everyone and welcome to my October 2023 monthly setup. So this month I'm thinking of doing things a little bit differently. I am going to create a cover page using the mini one for October from Upsadaisy UK. So I'm using the stencils with some ink to create an autumn wreath. And when this side is done, I'm going to flip it and turn it so that I can reproduce the same colors and leaves on the other side. Look at how cute it's coming along. I love this stencil. Thank you so much, Joe and Kate, for this. So now I'm going to letter November using my Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen. I'm trying to learn some flourishing. It doesn't always work as I want to, but I'm learning. So it's progress, not perfection. So now I'm going to set up my quote page. I know I said I was going to do some changes, and I am, but not to my cover page because that is actually a part that I love. However, your bullet journal is supposed to work for you, not you for the bullet journal, and I have realized these last months that I'm not actually using my weeklies. So I'm thinking of not creating any weeklies this month. I'm not quite sure about that. As you may know, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I have a memory journal and I write everything important in that. So I really don't need my weekly spreads anymore. I need a place where I can write important meetings. Yeah, have a look at this. So yeah, I love the calendar tabs. I've got them both in black and in rainbow. And for this month I'm using the rainbow themed. Do you also struggle when you have to fold this? Because I don't know, Joe, if you pass through here, can you give me some tip? Because I always seem to struggle with this one. It's never straight and somehow it's more on one side than the other. I love them, but they are difficult. So now we are back at the quote. And for this month I've chosen the quote, "Autumn shows us how beautiful it is to let things go." And I think that is a beautiful quote and quite true, actually. I always use a pencil for, shouldn't say always, but yeah, I often use a pencil before a letter to know that I have the space that I need. When I don't, I generally seem to be bothered by the space that I have left and not have any space left where I should need one. And for this quote I'm going to use my Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen again, and I'm going to use my fountain pen in wood with Ferris wheel press ink. So the ink is Hearty Harvest. I think that it's a beautiful ink that goes well with autumn. No fancy writing here, just my regular handwriting, I should say. I still have to learn to love my own handwriting, but yeah, work in progress, that too. And here we are again with the flourishes. I have problem with learning. The most difficult part with flourishes is to know when you write something afterwards that it doesn't take up too much space so that you still have place left to write the other things you want to write. And you will see here that, yeah, I did a beautiful flourishing on the letter T, but I forgot that I had the letter F. And they kind of, the swirls goes together, and they should have, but it's, yeah, it's okay. It's supposed to be only for me, so yeah, I'm fine with this. So yeah, I usually use a kneadable eraser, but I couldn't find mine today. I think my son took it because he loves to draw, and it's in his room, and I didn't want to stop setting up my journal just to go pick up an eraser, because I know that if I get up, some other kid will say, "Mommy, I need this," or "I need that." So I took these 5 minutes to just, well, not 15 minutes, but yeah, I took these minutes to just do this. So yeah, here we are going to talk about the changes. So I always do a spending log. That's something I need to do because I have bills that doesn't always, they aren't taken on the same date that my income is coming, so it's kind of, yeah, I need to know what's left to pay so that I know that I can still buy the things I need to buy. And not be like, yeah, let's have a splurge. And then be like, no, why did I do that? Because, yeah, that did happen sometime in very long ago. But I'm a mother of 6 and I can't afford to not have food on the table or to have bills that aren't paid. I need to be responsible, and this is my way of being that. So yeah, I'm still using the mini one. I really love this. The washi is just gorgeous. It has an orange, I don't know how to explain the orange color to you exactly. Actually, I do know what it makes me think of. I think of pumpkin pie, the filling, you know, when I see the background of this washi. It's not quite the right shade, but yeah. So yeah, back to my spending log. My spending log is really, really easy. I haven't found any other system that works for me. So I only write in my income, my bills, and then my spending. Because when I spend, I can't see it on my bank app immediately. So yeah, that's hard. Sometimes it can take days before I see anything on the bank account. So I keep track of what I spend so that I know that I still have money left. So normally I would do like my weeklies right after this, and then create a tracker, and then I create some Dutch doors and do my weeklies. But this month I'm doing a calendar instead, and I'm going to sit a bit on the thought of not doing weeklies, because I have done that for 4 years now, and well, I'm a mother of 6. I work from home, so I don't have a boss, and yeah, the only things I really need to write are my meal planning, and those I write down in my memory journal. And I also need to write down important appointments, because I have a daughter who has many specialized appointments. But those are kind of regular and always on the same day, so I know when they are falling. And I need to also write down my kids' sports. So yeah, nothing big. And I don't know if you have done a memory journal, but I'm actually thinking of switching my whole way of creating my bullet journal every month. I want to do weekly highlights instead of monthly highlights, because at the end of the month I'm like, what did I do this month? I don't know if you are the same as me, but yeah, I like to add pictures at the every end of the month, and that doesn't leave me any space to really write. So yeah, perhaps I'm not going to create any weeklies, but create weekly highlights with kind of what did I read, what did I look at, what my gratitude trackers, because monthly trackers are also a thing that I don't really use. I fill it in when they are weekly, but I don't fill in my monthly trackers, so I'm going to change my way of bullet journaling just so that it works for me. So yeah, here is the Oopsie Daisy skinny washi with the dates and the days of the week. This washi is fabulous because it aligns perfectly well with a 5mm dot grid notebook. I'm using an Oopsie Daisy, but you could use, if you want to, Scribbles That Matters, or you could use an Archer Olive. Any notebook that has a 5mm dot grid lines perfectly well with this washi. Kate did an extraordinary job with this. And I even think this is a bestseller. So I'll need to bunk up on it when they are available again. To use the Sakura Koi brush pen that was in the mini one with all the stencils and the washi, to highlight every weekend. This way I'll have a quick overlook of the month, and I can see when we're busy and when we're not, because yeah, 6 kids. And yeah, I believe that's it for this time. I've created my calendar spread, I've created my spending spread and my monthly cover. Thank you so much for watching.